Well, several tough decisions ahead as state agencies have been asked to make across-the-board budget cuts.
In Billings, one agency that helps some of the most vulnerable among us is now at risk, not just for cuts, but possibly elimination.
Q2's Samantha Harrelson tonight shows us how this decision could affect hundreds of children with disabilities.
Ellie was diagnosed with a microdeletion on her 17th chromosome. It is a rare genetic syndrome called Kulan-de Vries syndrome, where essentially it affects her speech ability and her language skills, along with developmental delays.
Who made this?
Papa did.
Baba made it?
Both Jim and I are teachers, and yet here we had a child of our own with special needs, and we didn't know or didn't have the resources ourselves to help her along.
When Ellie was 10 months old, the Sturgars were paired with a family support specialist through Early Childhood Intervention, or ECI. The support specialist was able to help the family by giving them the strategies and tools they needed to help their daughter grow.
It was a huge weight lifted off of our shoulders of being able to support Ellie and help Ellie with the needs that I myself didn't know how to help her with.
By giving their parents the skills that they need to help their children, we're giving the children the best opportunity to meet their potential.
David Munson is the director of ECI. He says by providing this service to parents when children are still young, it saves the state money down the road.
67% of the infants and toddlers that we work with, they have delays and disabilities. 67% do not go into special education preschool.
That was the case for 3-year-old Jace. ECI came in when Jace was just 2 and still wasn't able to say more than a few words.
We accomplished catching him up within 7 months. So it was like really a proud moment, not for just being proud of him, but being proud of myself to be able to bring my son to that next level and teach him how to talk and communicate with people.
Jace is now in preschool, which, according to Munson, is saving the state money. Special education costs the state thousands of dollars more per student each year than the cost to educate children who don't need those services. But now, elimination of the program is on the table.
When these cuts were announced, it was just mind-numbing to consider how could this even be? How could this even come up in the state of Montana?
ECI is one of the programs eliminated under the proposed budget cuts submitted by the Department of Public Health and Human Services. The proposal was sent at the request of the governor, who's asked all state agencies to cut costs by 10% due to the state budget shortfall. If eliminated, Montana would be the only state in the nation without an early intervention program.
Is that what we stand for here in Montana? It just doesn't compute. All states have early intervention because everybody knows, even the most conservative legislators in the country, even during the economic downturn of 08 and 09, nobody eliminated early intervention because they know you pay a nickel now or you pay many dollars later.
We know that you can't do it by yourself, and you need these types of programs that are going to help parents that aren't educators like we are, and I mean we're even at a loss. So I can't imagine other families that need this service. And when I first heard about it, as well as there was a big pit in my stomach, feeling for those families.
We have to be a voice for a child who cannot speak right now and a child who can't speak up for himself. We have to be that voice, and we can't take away services from him and his peers.
All right, thanks so much, Samantha Harrelson.
And Sammy tells us that this difficult situation is made even tougher because this is a federal maintenance program, which means if the state were to just decide to cut out all the funding that it contributes to the program, well, then the program's at risk for losing all of its $2 million in federal funds.
Now, today, Governor Bullock released a statement to MTN on this matter, saying in part, I have deep concerns about cuts that will ultimately increase the cost of education and reduce services Montanans depend on. He continues on to say he hopes lawmakers on both sides can come together to find more, quote, responsible solutions.